And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Throwing on second and long. Wilson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he'll actually wind up losing about 10 yards here, but no matter, they've got the football back.
You can smell my feet.
Following the interception, Cousins.
And they go deep.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second
I'll be right
down.
back, guys.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make some.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Going deep for Diggs. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check. Check hot route. Hot. Check the backer. Check 99. Check 99. Watch out. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check 24.
I think this is a free play for Wilson. And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a first down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3-and-out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here.
And it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. A toss to Cook. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Throwing, Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both failed.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is
Big numbers, 100 in a bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in a sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name.
Hey, everybody. This is Madden.
Well, Coach, we are just about set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. A few moments ago, they raised the 12th man banner, and this place, as usual, rocking and rolling. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Play action now. Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
there are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there?
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take it into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now Cousins, and he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They go play action. Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Flushed out right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And now running right through it. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 48 yards. Here's Wilson. And this is caught. So he fakes the spike, and they get the touchdown. DK Metcalf there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here.
Check out, read. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. 49, check 49, check 49. Hatchet, hatchet. Kill, kill, kill. Alert flare, flare, flare. Look, guys, 4 down, 4 down. Safety's creeping. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Again, Wilson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
Check 26, check 26.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us 20-yard line on a kickoff return. That's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Cousins. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
After the interception, here's Wilson, rolling to his right, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Wilson. He lets it fly from Lockett. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson escaping the pressure right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And an alley to run. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Encroachment defense.
An encroachment penalty here, maybe just a mental lapse, partner.
Sometimes you have to just watch the football. Make sure it's snapped before you're jumping.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. On 1st down, Wilson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake. Yeah,
he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Play action. It's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. From the shotgun, Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go.
And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 85 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up second down. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected. But a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. That's caught by Hollister. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Shamar Stephen able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. It's caught, Lockett. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Now Cousins. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill. No surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, the credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater, and Troy Polamalu. You think about it, CD. For Polamalu, it was his first year of eligibility. People knew he would go in. Atwater was his 16th year. He had to wait a long time.
He certainly did, and I often wonder about the psychology of it all, because when you're young in your career, meaning young retired, right, these things mean something to you, but I don't know if they hit with the same impact as it will for Steve Atwater. 16th year. Now, I think Steve would like somewhere to be a happy medium. Maybe the 8th year would have been a lot better, but the bottom line is, the older you get, boy, imagine the emotions running through there, the validation, probably haven't had the applause in a long time. That's going to come back to you now. Troy Polamalu, he essentially stepped off the field and into the Hall of Fame, but it doesn't matter. Bottom line.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Following the interception, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing is Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 3rd down, Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And that was some effort, but it would appear that he's going to come up about a yard short. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Carson. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They run again with Carson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Deciding to go for it right there.
Oh, yeah, your side of the field, this stage of the game, you're supposed to punt the football. He said, who cares? I'm going to light the book on fire.
Yeah, analytics, everyone else, be warned, he's coming for you.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Now Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now it's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
On first down, it's Carson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run on first down. Carson, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he's got his big tight end here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. Well, switching gears, CD, I got to tell you, it's always sad now that football's over. We've got a long wait until Thursday, September 10th.
It's okay.
I know, but
okay.
September 10th.
Misty there.
That's when the 101st season starts. We just finished off season 100. I don't know. What are we going to do till then?
Well, I'm going to rest and relax a little bit, and so are you. But you're exactly right. It won't take us long to start to say, okay, when does camp start? How about OTAs, mini camps? We'll follow the draft. We'll do all the football things, but there'll be nothing like Thursday, September 10th, 2020. And it'll likely be an Arrowhead, right? They'll likely be there for Kansas City. I know it's not a given, but after winning the Super Bowl, after a 50-year wait with that organization and that franchise and family, oh, that game's going to be there that Thursday night.
And my goodness, another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. 20. 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think he'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. With that interception, he just set a record. The most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 8. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. Geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And now running right through it. There he goes left side. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. From the gun, it's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's in. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Making the stop, Wagner. They run it again with Cook. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick. Down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins, flush to his right. He'll run it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Scrambled, and that's enough to pick up the first.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick it down. There on first down. He didn't throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And he